Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Oh,
It's
that's so
Simon.
weird.
It's Simon
Hello.
and it's Rachel, and here we are. We are here to raise funds on Giving Tuesday for our Give a Spark fundraiser. We are actually trying to raise $130,000 this year for our programming in 2023. And we have lots of streams planned for Giving Tuesday so that you can be entertained while you donate. And I wanted to give a quick update on where we are at right now. You can see on the thermometer at the bottom that we're at 29%, but just in dollars, we are at $38,868 with 80 donors. Yay! So we're getting near-ish halfway, but we have some exciting news for today. We have a dollar for dollar match today for Giving Tuesday, and hopefully, if you can help us out today, your donation will be matched dollar for dollar, which is very exciting. Simon, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. Um, I'm Simon. I go by he, him pronouns, and I'm the project coordinator. Project. Sorry. Program coordinator. I mainly work with the youth uh, and the youth programs. And so it's fun.
Yeah. And Simon and I work together on some of the youth programming, and we love our kids and we love hanging out with trans non-binary kids, helping them, supporting them. It's wonderful. Um, so today, oh, and I am Rachel. Sorry about that. I am Rachel Langshaw. I'm the development manager, and I've been with Trans Families since 2019. You've probably seen me in these streams. You've probably seen me around. You've probably gotten emails from me. So here we are. We're doing story hour today. We've got 4 stories that we are doing today. And Simon is going to read some of them, and I am going to read some of them. But I have the books here, and so I'm going to hold up the books for Simon to read, and then when I read, I will hold up the books that I read. And our first story today is A Kid Like Gavin, which is definitely one of our favorites. Simon, would you like to talk about how meaningful this book is to you?
Yeah. So this book, it's about Gavin Grimm and his journey. Um, and I don't, for folks who may not know, he, oh my God, I'm forgetting it. He went to court, Supreme Court actually, ended up going all the way up to there because his high school would not let him use the bathroom that he preferred. And this battle went on for like years and years. And so this story is just kind of like a little bit about that. And um yeah, I don't know if I should share like my personal experience with Gavin, but um yeah, I'm really excited to read it though.
Yeah, I am super excited for us to read this, and this just came out. It hasn't been out very long, so it's a fun new book that you can read to your kids. So here is the book. If you want to go ahead and get started, Simon.
Yeah. So, if you're a kid like Gavin by Gavin Grimm and Kyle Lukoff, illustrated by Jay Yang.
And here's the lovely pages and the opening page.
All right. What are some choices that kids get to make? If you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, you can choose which way to ride your bike, to eat worms on a dare, or to say no thanks.
think we're on that one, right?
Which one? Yeah. Yeah. I can't see you at all. So
Yep.
all right. To listen to your mom when she says you can't have any pets, or to sneak a frog into your room anyway. But what are some choices kids don't get to make? If you're a kid like Gavin Grimm or any other kind of kid, you don't get to choose who you are. You don't choose your skin color or your parents or where you grew up. And if you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, you don't choose if you're a boy or a girl. But if you're transgender like Gavin Grimm, you might choose to talk about it. To tell your family, I know you thought I was a girl, but I'm really a boy on the inside. To say, I can't keep the name you gave me, we have to pick a new one. To be honest about who you are. If you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, then you'll go to school as yourself, a boy, transgender boy. And then there will be another choice you have to make. In some places, it's not much of a choice because every bathroom is for everyone. But at Gavin's school, boys use the boys' bathroom and girls use the girls' bathroom.
Oh.
Since Gavin is a boy, he knew where he should go, but he needed to make sure that he would be safe. From stares, from whispers, from rumors, or worse. Months passed by. Gavin kept going to school as himself, and no one seemed to mind. So instead of using the nurse's bathroom like someone who is sick, he wanted to start using the boys' bathroom like someone who is just a boy. The principal said it was okay, and that should have been the end. But if you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, there might be people who don't think it's the end. A teacher at Gavin's school started to gossip about him, telling other adults that he was really a girl and that girls shouldn't be allowed in the boys' bathroom, saying that he should be stopped, that he should be forced to use the girls' room, and maybe that he shouldn't even be at the school at all. If you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, you'll be terrified and embarrassed and feel so alone. Gavin was laughed at and bullied and called all sorts of awful names. And when he found out that his school was going to meet to talk about what they should do, where he should go, there was another big choice to make. Gavin chose to speak up for himself. He went to the meeting at his school and told them where he belonged. He tried to make them see that he was just a kid, not a problem to be solved. It didn't work. But he still had a choice. He could have used the girls' bathroom, which didn't feel right. Or he could have used the bathroom his school put into a closet, one that no other kid was forced to use. And he could have chosen to stay quiet. But when you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, you know the only choice you have is to fight back, to stand up for yourself. And your right to use the bathroom as yourself, and your right to be in the school as yourself. These aren't choices that any kid should have to make. But if you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, it's the most important choice of what's that last word? Of all?
Of all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. uh, he went on the news in his town, and then he was on the news everywhere, sharing his story and refusing to be silenced. He reached out to a local to oh, oof. He reached out to a group called the ACLU, and together they worked to get the law on his side. He talked to other transgender kids with the same problems in their own schools and tried to help them too. Oh, I love that picture.
Mm.
Gavin is still working for people like him, for transgender children, adults, and anyone else who wants to live their life without having to fight for something as basic as using the bathroom. There's so many choices that kids get to make, and so many more that they don't. But since you're a kid like Gavin Grimm, you can always decide to believe in yourself and fight for what you believe in. What is a choice that you're going to make?
Yay. Thank you, Simon, for reading that so beautifully. So here is the cover again. People would like to see that. Our next book today is called Newton's Perfect Day, and it's by Ansley Simpson and illustrated by Raoul McGregor. It is a book about a non-binary person who is Anishinaabe. Newton's Perfect Day. So I have to read it and then show you the pictures. Newton wakes up at Newton and their mom's house, ready for the day. Today I have a plan, and it will unfold perfectly, they said, just knowing it was true. There will be pancakes for breakfast, there will be dogs to pet, but the best part about Newton's perfect day is that the last 3 chapters of their book will be read lying on the grass under their favorite shady tree. They yawned, they stretched. They were just about to get out of bed when whoosh! Newton's mom blew into their room in a flurry. Her top half was dressed for work. Her bottom half was dressed for bed. Sloosh went a bowl of cereal into Newton's hands. Newton, get up. I've got language class and it starts in 2 minutes. Before they even knew what happened, Newton was outside. No pancakes. I'll be done in an hour. I love you. Kabunk went the screen door. Bedoop went the computer. Anin boujou, said Newton's mom. This was not the plan, Newton said to Ninatig with the almost red leaves. Newton was just about to tell Ninatig all about it and maybe ask for a hug when whoosh! Newton's auntie blew through the back gate in a flurry. Her top half carried sleepy cousin A. Her bottom half carried sleepy cousin B. Aninudin, miigwech for watching the kids. I've got to run. I've got a dentist appointment, and the bus comes in 2 minutes. Newton sighed. This was not in the plan. I should be eating pancakes right now, they said to their cousins who were busy braiding each other's hair. Newton has lots of cousins in the city. Some of their cousins have fur, and some of their cousins have leaves, but these two cousins have names as long as their hair, so everyone just calls them by letters. We're going to my dad's house, decided Newton. Newton's dad's house was a good idea. It was a short bus ride away and right near the park with their favorite tree, and maybe, just maybe, there would be some pancakes there. They tumbled down to the bus stop, making sure to be safe as they crossed the street just as the bus pulled up. Pancakes would be delicious with black caps on top, A said, picking berries from the long, prickly branches that hung like arms over the back deck. This is a perfect idea, Newton started to say, when suddenly, whoosh, Newton's dad blew across the deck and into the house in a flurry. His top half wore spilled coffee. His bottom half tripped over a computer cord. Hi, kiddos, can't talk. I've got a meeting and it starts in 2 minutes, said Dad. This was not in the plan, said Newton, too. Gog. Phew, said A, plugging his nose as the skunk disappeared under the deck to sleep. Gog likes quiet, said B in a not so quiet voice. Gog needs space, B continued, even louder. Shh, whispered Newton as they tiptoed off the deck. This was not in the plan, Newton said as they plopped down on the steps out in front of their dad's place. I should be reading the last 3 glorious chapters of my book under my favorite tree. Will these books work? Said A with a big smile as he pulled comics out of the little library box. Maybe this day can be saved after all, said Newton, and they all walked to the park. Newton's favorite tree was in the perfect spot. The top half was shady with colorful leaves, just like Ninatic. The bottom half was surrounded by shady grass, and the best part was it had a view of the dog park. Newton sat under the tree and spread the comics out in front of them like a rainbow. If you climb a tree, you have to be careful, said A as he hung down from a branch. Squirrels are very careful climbers, added B, counting each one in the branches of the tree. Just when it seemed they had found the calmest pocket of the city and Newton could finally read in peace, plunk went A from the tree branch. Eep went B, launching the comics up into the air. Zip went all the Ajita Moog out of the tree, and whoosh, a puppy flew by in a flurry. Their top half was fluffy. Their bottom half was dragging a long red leash. Somebody grab that puppy! Newton knew just what to do. When you watch as many dogs as Newton does at the dog park, you know there is nothing dogs love more than a good, big, fun dog pile. This was not in the plan, Newton giggled to the Ajitamu as they hopped back up the tree. Newton scanned their cousins. A was inspecting a new scrape that had appeared on his knee while B spun in circles. Their comics were scattered under the tree. Everyone was hungry. Everyone had to pee. It was clear to Newton that it was time to go home. When they got back, Newton's mom and Auntie were sitting in the backyard with cups of tea, Mom still dressed top part fancy, bottom part jammies. There you are, and you have berries. Do you know what goes well with berries? Said Newton's mom. Pancakes. Newton, A, and B squirmed and giggled. Even Nuttig shook in excitement, knowing their tasty syrup would be enjoyed. Newton smiled and thought, today did not go as planned, and it was wonderful. Yay. That is our second book for our story hour.
Heck yeah.
Hooray for our second book for our story hour.
Thank you for reading that one.
Thank you. I wanted to just give a quick update because let me do some calculation here. Oops. Because we're now at 30%. Hopefully, our amazing behind the scenes person can update the thermometer at the bottom because we are now at 30%. Thank you, everybody who has donated. Now we have another book that Simon is going to read. Are you ready, Simon?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yay!
All right. So this one is called The Light of You. It's written by Tristan Reese and Biff Chaplow.
Chaplow? Yeah.
Yeah, Chaplow. And it's illustrated by Van Binfa.
Oh, I just want to say before we start this one that, first of all, this baby is very cute. But this book is from Flamingo Rampant, and it's meant as a book that you can use yourself. So one side has the story, and the other side has places where you can write your own story and put pictures. So I'm not going to read those parts, but I just wanted to point out that that is a feature of this book because it is such a cute book. I love it. Okay. Go ahead, Simon.
All right. You grew inside my body, safe. You grew inside my body, safe. You were part of me, changing us both. I thank the universe day by day to grow you in my light. When I feel sick or scared or tired, Dada was by our side. He sang us songs and brought us snacks. We held you in the light. We had a party to welcome you. Our family, friends, and loves, they brought wishes and words and so many gifts as we look forward to your light. Grandpa brought his silly faces, offering you joy and delight, in the way only elders can, knowing laughter would brighten your light. Sister offered a bucket of questions, her invitation to wonder and insight, inviting you to also wonder with her, encouraging your curiosity as she sat with you in the light. Nana brought you a blanket. She made it to bundle you tight. Nanas know just how to hug, wrapping you with light. Brother wasn't sure about you. He felt afraid of change. We held him and heard him and reassured him, pointing him towards the light. Murray brought the yummiest food. It lifted our spirits and tasted delicious. So much energy was needed for our journey to the light. Colette brought her music and sang you a story, offering her offering her voice so bright. As she sang and I could see her and feel her lifting you to the light. Auntie brought her many kids, joyful and kind and excited, making sure you'd have so much fun as they showed you to the light. Annie brought you a painting, strokes of their love and imagination, envisioning a just and beautiful world, offering a piece of their light. When the party was over, our home just felt so right. So many hearts together to love you and hold you in the light. We waited and we waited until you were ready to join us all. We admit we were afraid, there was so much unknown. We too looked into the light. When you finally emerged, my dear, everything we'd wished for and spoken was here. You're a miracle. That was crystal clear. Welcome to the light. The moment I looked into your eyes, I knew that you belonged in our perfect family, together in the light.
Hmm, so sweet. And
That's a really sweet one.
it is. And it ties into our fundraiser theme, Give a Spark, and lots of little lights, lots of little sparks make up um, a big light, and that's what we're doing here with our year-end fundraiser. So, thank you, Charlie, for updating the thermometer there. We know that we are at 30% now, so thanks very much for that. And looks like we've had even a couple more donations, so that's wonderful. I don't think we've upped a percentage yet, but thank you so much to everybody who's given during our stream here. We've got one more book to share with you, and it is Joel's Christmas Boat. No relation. This is by Sophie LaBelle and illustrated by Sophie LaBelle. Christmas has always been Lulu's favorite holiday. The streets are filled with sweet, familiar smells. Christmas lights color the houses. You get to drink hot chocolate and listen to the squick, squick sound your feet make when you step on sticky snow. But Lulu's favorite part was making gifts. She always makes all the gifts by hand. Lulu makes toys and crafts for her friends and cousins, art for her parents and grandparents, and cards for everyone. This year, Lulu was especially excited about the gift she'd made for her dad, a toy sailboat that really floated. Lulu's mom had even let her use the hot glue gun all by herself. Lulu's dad loves boats and dreams of having his own boat someday. Lulu gave her dad's name to the boat and wrote it on the hull with glitter. Then she wrapped it up carefully and put it under the tree. It's hard for her to wait until her dad opens it. Lulu counted the days before Christmas. It never seemed to come fast enough. Still 2 weeks to go, and we all know that a lot can happen in 2 weeks. One day, when Lulu came back from her grandmère and grandpa's house, her mom told her that her dad found out she liked the name Rachel better than her old name, and that being a lady was much more true to her heart than being a man. So dad is a woman? Cool, said Lulu. You can still call me Dad if you like, said Rachel. Her mom, Jennifer, added, We are going to tell all our friends and family before Christmas, but we've told You first. Lulu was really happy for her dad's new name and gender, but she realized there was a big problem. Her dad's old name was written on her Christmas boat. Lulu snuck the package containing the toy boat up to her room and carefully unwrapped it. How would her dad feel if she had to see this name that didn't fit her anymore every day? That's when the doorbell rang. It was William, Lulu's best friend. Hi, Lulu's dad. Can I play with Lulu? If she wants to, replied Rachel. Come inside. Let's go to my room, said Lulu. Your dad looks really happy today, noticed William. Lulu explained that Rachel had changed her name to one she likes better and was going to be called she and her now, and that probably that was why she was so cheerful. Lulu took William to her room where he saw the unwrapped sailboat. What happened to it? He asked Lulu. I wrote my dad's old name on it, and now I don't know what to do. I have to change it. You could paint over it with the same color you painted the rest of the boat with. That was a great idea. With William's help, Lulu changed the name on the boat, and the result was amazing. They rewrapped the gift to put it back under the Christmas tree. Hey, Lulu, look at this box. It also has your dad's old name on it. It's probably from my mom. We need to fix it. They scotched a piece of paper on the wrapped box with Rachel's new name on it. There was also Lulu's dad's stocking that was hanging in the living room with her old name on it. They decided to change it too. But what if Santa brings other gifts to my dad on Christmas Eve? Asked Lulu. We need to tell Santa about her new name. You're right, said William. We should go and see if we can find Santa and tell him in time. We're going to the North Pole, said Lulu to her parents. You mean the park? Don't come back too late. Dinner's at 6, answered her mom. Where are we going to find Santa? Asked William. Lulu thought for a minute and then said firmly, We will have to look for clues. There must be a way. A white cat suddenly appeared in front of them. Look, Lulu, it's Santa's snow cat. They must know the way to the North Pole shuttle. Let's follow them. The white cat led Lulu and William to the park's set of swings. We found it! We found the North Pole shuttle. Thank you, Snow Cat, they chanted. Meow, said the cat. They both hopped on the swings and yelled, To the North Pole! They shut their eyes tight and swung as fast and as high as they could. When they got off the North Pole shuttle, they were feeling so dizzy that they kept bumping into each other. Where are we? Said William. In the distance, they saw a tall, bearded person walking with someone smaller with a green jacket. Do you think that could be Santa? Asked Lulu. No doubt about it, said William. It must be one of Santa's elves beside him. They went closer to the two people, and Lulu asked, Excuse me, are you Santa by chance? That depends, the bearded person said. Why are you asking? Lulu said, There's something important I need to tell you so my dad can have the happy Christmas she deserves. Lulu explained the whole situation, how her dad changed her name, how difficult it might be if she saw that her gifts had her old name on them, and how wonderful and excellent a dad she was and had always been. The person stroked their beard and said, I'll make sure everything's all right on my end. Lulu and William thanked the bearded person and dashed back to Lulu's home. Do you think that was the real Santa? Said William. I don't know, said Lulu, but the snow cat seemed to like them a lot. Always an indicator of a Santa, right? The snow cat. They never knew exactly if that was truly Santa, but on Christmas Eve, Lulu's home was filled with the smell of their favorite food. The tree illuminated the whole apartment, and Lulu's dad said many times how she loved her new stocking. But the best part was when Lulu's dad unwrapped the sailboat Lulu had made for her and saw her beautiful new name glittering on the hull in the light of the Christmas tree. Rachel was so happy that she gave Lulu the biggest hug. They stayed cuddled up and imagined the beautiful boat trip they would someday take together, and they both privately thought it was indeed the best Christmas ever. Sorry. That one always gets me. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching me cry. Because it happens. It happens when beautiful things happen.
That one was a really, really nice one.
I know, I love that one. And we've been getting lots more donations. I need to actually calculate the match and add it. So, Simon, while I am doing that really quick, will you talk about a memory, perhaps, that you might have alluded to before?
Memory? There's
I don't
a
know if
lot
you
of
want to.
those.
Yeah, you have memories, I know. I need you to tell a nice story while I'm calculating this. You have a nice story to tell.
Yeah, I guess I'll share one that I mentioned earlier. So back in Gender Odyssey Conference of 2016, I believe. That's when I found out that I was going to have Gavin Grimm stay with me. And just gotta say, one of the most genuine and fantastic people I've ever met. And yeah, it was, for some reason, I was really shocked when we would go to the conference that we would get swarmed by people. And then I remember, oh, he's basically Beyonce, the trans community. And so I just kind of had to like remind myself of that. Because it was a lot like Aiden Dowling when he would be there. And especially right after he was on the cover of Men's Health. And he would be like selling his merch, at the conference. People would be swarming his table. And then Gavin came and Aiden was there. And so it was just like, it was a lot of people, a lot of swarms. And yeah, it was just really, really fun. And it was really great to get to know like his story a lot more personally as well. Like, usually you hear about that kind of thing. I mean, for a lot of people, his story, like through media or through, the news and stuff like that. And so it was really neat to get like his personal take. And yeah, and then just generally like hearing him talk about anything, like he is one of the most articulate people. And so I just felt like absolutely honored to read his book. So yeah. Hmm.
I'm
Let's
almost done. That was
Okay.
good. It was almost long enough.
Trying to think. Oh, I guess one of my favorite memories, and it's an ongoing thing, is I work with like the youth, And a lot of the youth I'm especially like closer with, or just know a lot, just got to know more. They happen to be like middle school age, and I'm 22 years old. I think you might know where this is going.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and with them being in middle school, a lot of them are like, only 10 years younger than me. Let's chill out here. Um, but they like to, I think their perception is that I'm like 50, and so they like to call me 22 old man. And it's not 22-year-old man, it's just 22 old man.
Right.
And it is like it's like my favorite inside joke that we have. And on Discord, you can like on people's profiles, you can have a little note, for the person on their profile for yourself, I guess. And so the kid who started this whole thing literally put as a note on my profile for them, 22 old man. And they took a screenshot and they sent it into the server, and they're like,
So funny. And I love our game nights. I haven't been able to go to as many lately. But I just love the energy where, trans youth can just be in a space, be themselves, nobody cares. Everybody's just playing together, lots of giggling, lots of good times. I think it's one of my favorite things. And, Nikki's always talking about things that fill your cup, that give you energy, that make you want to keep going. And that's one of those things for me, for sure, is interacting with the youth in our chat space and all the spaces that we have. I just love being able to do that. It's wonderful. So I do have an update. And we'll see if our background technology person can update the thermometer. But we are right now at $40,384, and we have 85 donors. We still have about $18,000 in our match left. So please donate generously. You can donate $18,000, and we'll use that match up right now. Go ahead, whoever out there wants to do that. We are happy to receive it. But that means that we are now at 31%. And I know it's just a little bit more and a little bit more, but like we've talked about before, all kinds of small sparks makes a big fire, a big glow, a big group of community all helping. So it means a lot. It means a lot to us. Yeah, the matching donation today is so exciting. We're really happy to have that today. And thank you to the group of donors that pledged that and have given us that match so that we can make Giving Tuesday mean even more. That is about it for us for today. Simon, do you have any last thoughts?
Yeah, I guess thank you so much for donating. I certainly don't know what I would do without an organization like this. And for folks who don't know my background, I don't know how many folks would. When I was 14, so as I said, I'm a 22 old man. But when I was 14, I actually joined the organization as a little baby trans. And I basically grown up with the organization, and it's helped shape who I am, and it's helped get me through so much. And not just myself, but also my family as well. And so I just want to say I appreciate everybody in the trans families community, both coworkers, volunteers, folks who just attend the meetings, and also folks who donate. So just much appreciation to everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. And if you are looking for more events to attend today in about about half an hour, we've got another live event that will be happening about holiday and winter traditions. And we're excited about that. And then tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're having a pajama party where we're going to talk about 2022, our favorite moments, and our hopes and dreams for 2023 while we party and hopefully use up all that match. So join us then if you'd like to do that. And you can go to transfamilies.org/donate if you'd like to give to our Give a Spark year-end fundraiser. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today, and we'll see you in a little bit.